I can't believe it, Acro. It's pretty shocking, isn't it?
It definitely is. I don't think he was always the most straightforward of the group. Jeebus, am I that hated?
Acro tried to pin the murder on you on purpose.
He did?
Psst.
But I'm nothing but a little old nobody, you know?
But you're not, which is kind of the reason why.
Hey pal! You gonna ignore me after I went through all this trouble to bring you some evidence?
Huh, Detective Gumshoe.
Forget it. I'm going home. This guy deserves to be guilty anyway. No, Detective, I'm sorry. Look, why don't you relax a little?
We've got some really tasty milk. How about a card trick, Detective?
Oh, well, use this.
Now, about that evidence you mentioned, what is it?
Oh, here you go.
Huh? This was yesterday in Acro's room.
Yep, and I've included the forensic results. Take a look at it later.
Won't Miss Von Karma be mad at you doing this?
Well, that's why this is all a secret.
Huh?
Look, details are on a need-to-know basis, and we're not really allies or anything. But everything that's happened in court up until now has gone according to our plan.
I don't know. Miss Von Karma didn't seem in control of things in there just now.
Well, you'll figure it out eventually, pal. Yesterday, our final plans were set into motion.
Final plans?
That reminds me. I've got a message from the prosecutor for you. Nothing is ever truly decided until the very end. That's it. And that's it for me too, pal. I'm out of here.
Okay. What do you mean by that? The very end part?
Not sure. Sounds pretty cryptic to me. Oh, one more thing, pal. Don't scare me like that. It looks like there's a large care package from the circus for the defendant.
What? For me?
It's milk. The reception area looks like some kind of dairy. So hurry up and drink it out before it spoils.
Entire dairy's worth of milk? For me? Okay, everyone wants to give Max a bunch of milk, I guess. I don't know.
Court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please continue from where you left off.
I'd like to continue with Acro's testimony, starting with his relationship to the victim. I'd also like to get proof from the defense. Proof of what kind of motive Acro would have to commit this crime.
Understood. Now, Miss Dingling, or Mr. Dingling, Mr. Dingling. Yes, Your Honor. Please proceed with your testimony.
Finally, we get to the motive. Wait, Nick, are you okay?
Just do me a favor and don't ask questions you don't want an answer to. Goop. When we were little, we were abandoned by our parents. That's when the ringmaster of the very big circus, Russell Berry, took us in. I became an acrobat at around 9 years old. I wanted to find a way to repay the ringmaster. That was my sole purpose in life. You're such a thoughtful young man.
As you heard, the witness deeply respected the victim. I wonder how anyone could think that Acro would kill the man he held in such esteem.
You're absolutely right. How could anyone think that, Mr. Wright? Which is why there's no real need for cross-examination, is there? Actually, that's the question I'm trying to answer myself. Why would Acro kill the ringmaster? This might be my last chance to answer that question. Nah, I don't need a question. Let's just give up. No, of course not. The defense has a right to cross-examine the witness.
You're so tactless, Mr. Phoenix, right? You don't care about justice, do you? You just want to fabricate a motive.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Cross-examine the witness. We're abandoned by our parents. Objection! I don't know.
We?
Yes, my brother Sean and I. What? You had a brother?
How old were you when this happened, Acro?
I was 8 years old and my brother was 4. Your parents were very cruel, weren't they? Nowadays, we aren't bitter about what happened to us, because it allowed us to meet the wonderful people of the Very Big Circus.
Nick, the judge is getting misty-eyed. Oh no! He's got a soft spot for sob stories, it looks like. Ow! No crying in court. Let's keep going.
Okay, the witness may proceed with the testimony.
How would you describe your relationship with the ringmaster? He was like an uncle, a father, and a big brother all rolled up into one. The ringmaster and my brother were the only family I had. What about other people at the circus? This was over 15 years ago. Back then, there were very few customers coming in, so no one really had the time to look after us. They were worried about other things. But the ringmaster, he would always come see us with a laugh and a smile. What a beautiful story. That's why I always was thinking of what I could do to help. I wanted to thank him. Nick, isn't Acro such a wonderful person? I know, he seems like a nice guy, which is what makes it so difficult. So then how long have you been a performer? Like around 9 years old. You started off as an acrobat at that early of an age? I begged the ringmaster until he finally agreed to let me do it. Ever since then, I've been in incredible physical shape. That's also when I decided to form a group with my brother. We called ourselves the Flying Dingling Berries. It's nearly a household name. Dingling Berries. I even heard of them in Germany. Liar! The point is that I wanted to be of some use to the circus. You are truly a remarkable young man. The judge keeps looking at Acro almost like a proud father. My way to repay the ringmaster was my sole purpose in life. Did you ever have any trouble with the ringmaster? Ow! How could you ask such a thing, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have some sort of fundamental misunderstanding of the witness's testimony? Or heartfelt emotions contained within? You better think about this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. You better think hard. Ow. No matter how you look at it, there's no way I could see this witness ever taking the victim's life. Exactly. I've been waiting for you to say that, Your Honor. Nick, I hate to say it, but I agree with him. I was trying to chase down the truth, but I ended up just looking like a jerk. I think that'll be enough for now. Pondering whether or not this man would kill the ringmaster leads me to believe that it is pretty unlikely. Exactly right, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, I'd like to ask you a question. Go ahead, Your Honor. I would just like to know, can you provide an explanation as to why Acro will want the ringmaster dead? No? There's the well, let's see, what's this thing? Bat scarf, stained with his blood and a small quantity of pepper. Wasn't this scarf? I think, yeah, it was given to, Bat, right? The accident 6 months ago? And also this note that Acro placed in Regina's pocket for something that happened 6 months ago. It was Bat's accident, wasn't it? And also Acro's loss of his legs. So there's no reason why he would kill the Ringmaster per se. I just imagine Phoenix looking through the evidence saying, okay, what's this thing? Yeah, I guess so. Again, you know, it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like in the middle of a trial. Actually, I remember in the anime anyway, like all the other little evidence stuff in here, at least as interpreted anyway, is that it's basically on a desk, you know, and it's like in little bags, just like, you know, I guess like in real life. Exhibit B, Exhibit A, that sort of thing. Obviously, some of them are like some of them aren't even evidence. Like technically, why is this Magatama in the court record? It's not evidence. It's something he just has in his pocket. Anyway, Nick. Yeah, I didn't even have to think about it. It was obvious from the start. Your Honor, the reason that Acro killed the Ringmaster is something that can't be proven. What? That's because Acro had no reason to kill the Ringmaster at all. How? Your foolish attempts to fool us like foolish fools is also foolhardily foolish. Did you forget? You made an accusation against this witness, did you not? I believe it was, this is the real killer of Russell Berry, Ringmaster.
Well, if you want to jump to the end of things, then yes, that sounds about right. The end of things. Acro. You didn't plan to kill the Ringmaster at all, did you? The Ringmaster wasn't your target that night.
What did you just say?
I'm saying that the target of this witness's murderous plot was not the Ringmaster. Because it was never his intention to kill Russell Berry to begin with.
What?
Order, order. Bailiff, I don't care who it is, smack anyone who's loud in the face, twice if you must.
Nani? Smack, smack.
Mr. Wright, what in the world are you trying to do to my court?
Ow! Mr. Phoenix Wright, what in the world are you trying to do in his court? Are you attempting to imply that Aqua was trying to kill someone else?
Yes, it was Regina. Again, because, I mean, it's already been proven, I guess. Sort of. From the psych logs, right? In the investigation, it was already proven that he put this note on Regina's pocket. So that can only assume that was the true target of his planned murder. It was supposed to be his daughter. At least the victim's daughter, anyway.
Regina Berry?
This young girl is the Ringmaster's daughter, correct?
Acro. You were really aiming for her that night, weren't you? You don't need to answer that, it's a mean-spirited leading question.
I mean, I guess it's a leading question. You know, a leading question in court is, you know, asking a question you could only say yes or no to, but no matter what you say, you know, it makes you look guilty, right?
We could easily answer this question. If I'm wrong, all he has to say is you're wrong, that's it. That's it, huh, Mr. Phoenix Wright?
Enough, Mr. Wright. Allow me to...
Wow! The only thing allowed to interrupt me is death itself.
Huh?
And that goes for you too, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Show me evidence, now! I want to know why Acro wanted to kill Regina Berry.
Yes, me too. I demand to see some proof. Present evidence that proves Acro was out to kill this young girl.
I mean, obviously the no, right? You're starting to prefer this art to the original? Yeah, I think it's alright. You know, some people, I feel like, yeah, a lot of people criticize this game, at least the Trilogy kind of little remake, I guess, with the original sprites. And again, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna have a little nostalgia for the original sprites, but I think the HD little, like, drawings are fine. They're okay. I think so anyway. Let's see. Put in the pocket, the more in the crime. Yeah, I think this is it, right? Unless the scarf? I don't think so. The previous Trilogy remake had 3D models, which were good. I don't know. I know the actual like recent games had 3D models, but I haven't played them, so I don't know. I don't have an opinion on that. I know that what is it? I know Phoenix has like a weird like ohage, little like hair thing, you know, similar to Saba from Fate Stay Night. Anyway, yeah.
Acro, you remember this, don't you?
It's a piece of paper that we found inside the Ringmaster's tailcoat.
Inside the victim's tailcoat?
Acro wrote this note. It's ironically entitled to the murderer. Its purpose was to call someone to the plaza at 10 o'clock p.m.
So you're saying that he called Russell Berry with that note?
Yes, but there's just one little problem.
Problem?
Acro did indeed place this note into someone's pocket. However, that someone was not the Ringmaster.
You mean, it wasn't for the...
That's exactly what I mean. The person this note was intended for was none other than Regina Berry.
Order, order, order. Mr. Wright, this little theory of yours...
It's the truth, Your Honor. It isn't a theory. Simply put, Regina didn't think the note was meant for her, which is why, the morning of the crime, she placed it in the cafeteria bulletin board. That's when her father, the Ringmaster, saw the note?
That's correct.
The Ringmaster ended up in the plaza instead of Regina. And he was killed because of that mistake instead of Regina. Oh, do you call that manslaughter? I mean, manslaughter is like accidental murder, right? But then again, he didn't intend to kill someone, so what do you call that? Second-degree murder? Is that real? I don't know. There's first-degree murder. Now, first-degree murder means you plan on killing someone and then you actually killed someone. That's definitely first-degree. But what do you call, like, you know, intended murder but the wrong person? I don't know. The 3D models in the 3DS games are fine because they're made for it. I guess so. I guess from the top. I guess when they designed it for 3D in the first place, I guess it would look better. I don't know. Actually, I never seen the original characters turn into 3D models. Maybe they do look out of place. I don't know. Anyway, that's incredible. Remember the testimony that Acro gave us earlier today. Lifting up the bus and look out the window would have been impossible. There's no way I could have exerted that kind of force on my body. If I do that, I end up falling. So he didn't see exactly who he killed, I guess. Yeah, Acro had no idea who it was that arrived in the plaza, because he couldn't look down out of his window to see who it actually was. I've got it! I've got it! Acro thought it was Regina down the plaza. And that's when he let the bus fly. You know, I remember there's a specific line of dialogue in the investigation that Acro was feeling kind of outraged that the ringmaster died, so maybe that's why he killed the wrong person. Hey Nick, is Regina listening to all this from the audience? She is. Unfortunately, it's only gonna get harsher from here. I hope Regina can handle it. Acro wrote this note to Regina. Foolishly foolish fool with foolishly foolish fool ideas of foolish tomfoolery. You're so foolish. You even made me sound like a foolhardy fool. Not fooling. Very well, Mr. Phoenix Wright. If you're so sure, then tell us about this line. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Yes? What about that line? Well, if the note was meant for Regina Berry, it would mean that this note is declaring that Regina Berry is a murderer. No, you just don't get it, do you? What? What did you just say? The ringmaster knew what that note meant, which is why he went to the plaza, in place of his lovely daughter. Oh, hold it right there, Mr. Wright. What is this incident that is alluded in the note? The incident 6 months ago. I mean, yeah, well, we do know all about it. It involves this dead lion over here, Leon. An incident occurred 6 months ago, and now I'm more than ready to show this court what happened at that time. Moron! Baka! Wait, are you sure that it relates to the present case? It does indeed, Your Honor. Everything in this case has its start in what happened 6 months ago. Really, Nick? I think so. Well then, if that's the case, hurry up and tell us about it. What is this conclusive evidence mentioned in the note? I know I certainly like to know what it is. If I can't answer that question, the judge is gonna think I'm bluffing. The conclusive evidence about the incident 6 months ago is actually... I mean, I think I already figured this out, actually. So 6 months ago, they were doing a practice. There was an accident. The big old lion accidentally bit Bat. Acro tried to save him. Bat is in a coma. His legs are fucked up. And then the lion itself was killed. But why did he bite Bat in the first place? Regina certainly didn't tell Leon to kill anyone or anything. But yet, he still bit Bat. So I was thinking, like, I mean, the scarf was a present to Bat, right? This is what Gumshoe gave us. And unless there's anything else, I don't know, there's nothing else pertaining to the accident 6 months ago, except maybe the Leon, but I mean, this is not physical evidence, it's just Leon. It's more like a profile, really. Just like the monkey. Yeah, nothing else relates... Nothing is like literally from 6 months ago, except this scarf, I feel like. If I remember correctly, this scarf was a present from Regina to Bat. And it has pepper in it. Probably. Maybe the lion loves pepper and he ate him because he loves pepper. I don't know, something like that. I don't know, I think this is it though. Because, well, let's see. Let's see what Phoenix says. Maybe. I don't know. Unless I'm wrong. What? This is it? Well, I kind of figured that I'd try to get rid of it. I didn't need it. Damn it! So I was wrong! Gosh darn it. Almost to the big climax. Maybe I was jumping the gun. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't it. Then I don't know. What's the conclusive evidence about its innocence 6 months ago? Mentioned in this note. Well, actually, there's pepper, right? And think about it. Bat apparently, I guess, had pepper on him, on his scarf. And what was found in the box, it was pepper, apparently. I guess that's the evidence that... I mean, I guess, yeah, that's what he put the box in the lodging plaza. He wanted the murderer to find something in that box. Apparently, within the box is a bottle of pepper. Okay. Achoo! Achoo some more! What kind of spicy joke is this, Mr. Phoenix, Wright? It isn't a joke at all. It's the decisive evidence you asked for. What do you mean? Recall that the victim was trying to take the wooden box away from him. Away with him, rather. He was doing so because this piece of decisive evidence is what was inside. Another unbelievable conclusion. Very well, Mr. Wright. So what exactly are you saying? Are you claiming Regina Berry killed someone with a small bottle of pepper? She seasoned Bat with pepper, and made him into a meal for the lion, yes. Taking the note into account, that's the only logical conclusion you can draw. Foolish fool who never tires of his own foolish ways! If you're so sure Mr. Phoenix is right, then answer this question. Who was Regina Berry's intended victim? I mean, this guy, right? That makes sense. He's the one that got most damaged in the accident in the first place. Who is this? Well, that is Acro's younger brother. What does that prove? His younger brother isn't dead. Well, technically that's true. However, Bat has been in a coma for 6 months now. It's not a stretch to see how Acro could feel that his brother is dead. Regina, she did that to him? Do you spend your entire life dreaming up new ways to be a fool? Naturally, the prosecution has looked into Acro's brother, Sham Dingling. 6 months ago, he was bit by a lion and fell into his current comatose state. Lion? Regina, I mean Miss Regina Berry, is an animal tamer by trade. However, no tamed animal in that position is ever trained to attack another human. They wouldn't understand the command. Moreover, Miss Regina could never do something like that. It's just not in her. So then what happened to Acro's brother? He's not the victim of attempted murder. He's the victim of an accident. I see. Now what do we do? No one seems to be going along with your theory. Do you think what happened about was actually an accident? I mean, that's the weird thing. If it was just an accident, then why would Acro want to kill Regina so much? I don't know. But also considering Regina's personality, she's also quite innocent, right? She didn't mean, she wouldn't want to kill anyone. But if she did, the whole thing about people dying and becoming stars, though that only happened after this accident. She was told that. I don't know. Maybe it was an accident? I suppose it was truly an accident. It's essential that a man knows when to give up, Mr. Phoenix, right? It's impossible to prove Miss Berry's involvement in the murder attempt, isn't it? Instigating a lion to attack. Who ever heard of something like that? And to think that the defense claimed this was conclusive evidence. A small bottle of pepper. A lion. What's their connection? What's the matter, Nick? I figured it out! Wow, it was right in front of my nose the entire time, apparently. Your Honor, wait. What is it? The lion biting Bat was no accident at all. What? You're such an amateur, Mr. Phoenix Wright. There's no way that Regina would ever incite her lion to attack another human being. She may not have incited the lion to attack another human being, but Regina is responsible for making the lion bite Acro's brother, Bat. I mean... Pepper? Lion? Achoo! That's just a scarf. Acro. This scarf is something that the Bat used to wear, correct? That's right. And who is the one that gave this scarf to Bat? Regina. Regina gave it to him. Regina. There's something more than just blood on this scarf, Your Honor. And what might that be? Pepper. Pepper? Pepper. Pepper. Regina gave the scarf to Bat right before the accident, and she covered it with as much pepper as she could. Because if I remember correctly, Bat also used to tease Regina by, you know, I guess, I don't know exactly how he did it, but like, you know, putting pepper in her face a lot, I guess. It sounds like a mean prank when you think about it. But yeah, giving her a lot of pepper, I guess. Maybe, you know, maybe on her food or something as a prank, because she did say she didn't like pepper, right? So maybe as revenge. Hey, what's with the silent treatment? Poke poke. Excuse me, Mr. Wright. You've done a good job of fingering a criminal. Yeah, fingering a criminal, you say. But out of curiosity, what was her crime? Miss Berry gave a pepper-covered scarf to Bat as a present. Where's the crime in that? It still seems like the judge just doesn't get it. Mr. Phoenix Wright, was it just said that the lion seemed to be smiling? Smiling? The lion was smiling? Right before Bat was bit by lion. For a moment, the lion's mouth changed and it looked like he was smiling. Lions smile? I've never heard of them smiling. However, lions sneeze. Is that true? I don't know. I guess so. Cats sneeze, so... Cats are not exactly the same as lions, but maybe they're similar. Liam wasn't trying to bite Bat at all. In reality, all he actually did was sneeze. He sneezed because of all the pepper on the scarf. What? You fool! You've got to be kidding me. What's the matter, Miss Von Karma? I object for objection's sake. You know, Edgerev did that too. Mr. Phoenix Wright, this theory, you believe it? You really intend to say that this is how this joke of an accident actually happened? Of course I do, it's the truth. The lion sneezed due to the pepper, and that's when Bat lost consciousness. Acro nearly lost his brother due to this accident, or this joke as you put it. Which is why he tried to get his revenge against Regina. You foolish idiot! It almost does seem like a terrible joke, doesn't it? Once again, I'm impressed by your imagination, Mr. Wright. Do you think that there's someone who treats this accident with the respect it deserves? Are you telling me that what I said was true? Acro, you can't mean, witness! Are you confirming the defense's claim? Mr. Wright, unfortunately your imagination is not enough to find me guilty of murder. What do you mean by that? The pepper, the scarf, the lion. I see where you're going.
but it's a bit hard to swallow. Not to mention the fact that there's an even bigger problem with your theory. What will that problem be? The same problem has always been evidence. If I drop Max's bust on the top of the Ringmaster, where is the evidence that proves that claim? You mean the conclusive evidence? The biggest problem is the murder weapon, or the lack thereof to be more precise. The murder weapon? The bust that the defense claims was used. If that were to be found in Acro's room, and if it were covered with the victim's blood, that would be awfully conclusive in my eyes. Yes, it would be. The bus. Nick, you've got to do something. This is the last step. If I get this one right, the case is won. Sure, let's... I mean, did he just hide it under his bed? I don't know. The defense requests us to search the room of the witness, Ken Dingling. What is it now? It looks like you still haven't figured things out, have you? By now you must know the meaning of Von Karma Total Justice. You mean... Von Karma never leaves anything to chance. We already searched Acro's room yesterday. What did you find? There's no reason to even say it. If we found what you think we found in that room, Acro will not be here as a witness. But to put a point on it, Max's bus was not in the room. The murder weapon is still unaccounted for. You see, Mr. Wright, the bus wasn't in my room. Furthermore, Detective Dick Gumshoe exited the search by complete surprise, and we took Acro directly to the prosecutor's office after that. End of story. Just wait a second, something's funny about all this. It looks like you lack the final nail to put into my coffin. But, what about the scarf? What about the note? What about them, Mr. Wright? No offense, but the only evidence that is relevant here is that which pertains to the death of the Ringmaster. You should know that by now. Do something, Nick. Don't let this case slip away. The bus. Where is it now? Where's the bus right now? You're Phoenix Wright. You know where that bus is. I'm sure you do. There's not even a single clue. How am I supposed to know where the bus is? It seems this case is coming to a close. The defense's counter-arguments look to have fallen short. I guess we lose? What? Well, thank you for your support. Yeah. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Wright. I think that brings an end to the cross-examination of this witness. Hold it! Where is Max's bus? The defense needs time to prepare to present its case. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous and I just bit my tongue. Huh? What? Nani? We need time to what? Ow! It's chaos. Why are you the most surprised person here? She's your aide, isn't she? Do you really have a case to present, Mr. Wright? What? Are you asking me? The rest is up to you, Nick. Good luck. Hey, wait, you can't be serious. Acrobats always have their lives on the line, don't they? That's how Acros lived his life up until now. Now it's time for us to walk across our own tightrope. If we don't, we're certain to lose. Very well. The defense may proceed. He doesn't have a clue. I don't think he'll be finding one anytime soon. Walking the tightrope of logic, there's no room for a false step. Sink or swim, the only way through is forward. The murder weapon. Where is Max's bus now? Not in the lodging house, because she already checked it. In the big top? I don't know, unless there's a secret compartment in the lodging house. It's not in the big top because we know Money the Monkey took the bus in the first place to Acro's room, right?
That's where he got it in the first place. And where did he go after the murder? He went to the hospital? You know, isn't there an option to go, hey, it's in the hospital, by the way. It's next to his brother? That's what I was thinking. He took the bus home. Well, bus as in, you know, B-U-S-T, not B-U-S. Then again, maybe he took the bus. You know, maybe he put the bus in the bus. I don't know. Anyway. There's no option for that, though. I feel like. Because what happened during the murder, he went to the hospital, and came back. Then again, you know, if he... Well, I mean, I guess a bloody bus, you know, going to the hospital with a bloody bus, probably a bad idea. I don't know. So it's not in the lodging house, it's not in the big top, because when he came back from the hospital, he just stayed in his own room. I mean, somewhere in this courtroom, or actually, that's the most likely option, isn't it? Because it's not in the lodging house, it's not in the big top. It has to be here? Well, it's obvious. The bus is inside this very courtroom. It's obviously where? Allow me to pinpoint location of the bus once and for all. Oh, okay. Optional choice. Okay, we got multiple choice questions. Makes it easier, actually. Judge's bench? Unlikely. Prosecutor's bench? Maybe, if she was lying over this whole thing. Or the witness stand? Maybe. Maybe he just has it. In his hands, right here. You know, maybe he put it in his butt. I don't know. Maybe he melted it down. Ah, there's a lot of things you could say. But I guess the most likely option... I mean, obviously it's not the judge. The judge is not related, you know, that'd be crazy. It's not the prosecutor. I mean, wouldn't that be a funny thing to say? Hey, Francisca, you have it! And then she says, no? Okay. Witness? Witness. I mean, they did say, well, I mean, assuming Gumshoe's on our side as well, then there would be no reason for Francisca to lie. I mean, I don't know, Francisca's actually very honorable when I think about it. She wouldn't lie about a lot of things, really. So, we can only believe her. In that case, she did a surprise inspection rush. The witness would have no time to actually hide the bus, except on himself. In that case. Because Gumshoe went in and did an inspection, and then they went to the prosecutor's office right away. There's no time for him to hide it anywhere else, but is on his own person. It's the only answer I can give, really. Acro. I'm sorry to ask this, but do you mind if I take the blanket off your wheelchair? You know, we don't see a blanket, by the way. I'm sorry, I didn't quite hear you, Mr. Wright. Well, you are a big guy, and you have a pretty big wheelchair because of it. I just wanted to make sure you weren't hiding anything under that blanket. You know, yeah, we can't, well, even in the game sprite, we can't really see a blanket or anything. Like, what, is he wearing a blanket? I don't know. Oh, well, now we do. Because it seems that it'll be really easy to say hide a bus under there. Maybe? I don't know. Is it? Kind of hard to see. Maybe there's like a little pocket, I guess. You know, a little like compartment, you know, under the chair itself. You can put stuff in, maybe. Once again, your penchant for humor hits me where it hurts, Mr. Wright. I think it's pretty amazing that you can laugh in your position. However, your lightheartedness doesn't change the fact that the bus is under there. We all know that you can't leave the lodging house by yourself in your condition. That proved inconvenient when Miss Von Karma happened to search your room yesterday. If she had found the murder weapon in your room, it would have been all over. Which is why you had to hide it, in the only place that you could hide it. Under your wheelchair. Which is why, Acro, I have to ask you again. Would you please remove the blanket from your lap? Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. You know, I guess... Well, another thing we could have done is maybe use a metal detector. Unless, I don't know, does a metal detector detect bronze? Maybe. You know, we could have, like, if we had like a metal detector this whole time, again, Could use a metal detector on him. Anyway. Well done, Mr. Wright. Masterfully played. Ow. You fool! How could you? You've got me. I've been bagged by a real pearl. Actually, 2 of them. 2 of them? Miss Franziska von Karma and Mr. Phoenix Wright. What? There's just one thing I'd like to know. How did you know to launch a surprise search in my room last night? There were 2 pieces of decisive evidence. The cloak and the bus. Yeah, I was wondering about the cloak as well. I was wondering, did he hide the cloak in his wheelchair as well? No, I mean, I don't know. I burned the cloak in my room and threw the ashes away with the trash. Okay, burned it. You know, wouldn't that make a lot of smoke? Yeah. Regina always took my trash out every morning, you know. But the bus, obviously I couldn't throw that away. When you executed your search, all I could do was try and hide the bus. And the only place that I could hide it quickly was under this wheelchair. Miss Von Karma, you had things all figured out, didn't you? I was completely sucked in by your calculated strategy. And now to be caught in the middle of court, hiding the murder weapon. There's no way I can escape that. So you've got me. Well done, Mr. Wright. Well done, Miss Von Karma. It all makes sense now. I can't believe that Von Karma thought that far ahead. It's amazing. You definitely couldn't tell by looking at her. I know I sure couldn't. She seems angry instead. I can't believe it. Me make a mistake. Why did I order a surprise search of your room? If only I hadn't done that. If only you hadn't done that. Weird. It seems we finally arrived at the truth. Acro. Yes, Your Honor. Did you kill the ringmaster of the very big circus, Mr. Russell Berry? Yes, Your Honor. I'm responsible for that crime. Acro. All my brother wanted was for Regina to like him. That's why he teased her. One day my brother sprinkled some pepper on Regina. She started sneezing so hard you couldn't help yourself from laughing. That's why Regina thought it'd be funny to get him back in the same way. And that's why she covered the scarf with pepper. I know she didn't mean for anything bad to happen. I know this. She just wanted to make my brother sneeze a few times too. But I just couldn't forgive her, no matter what. What am I truly guilty of? I'm guilty of never ever being able to understand her. Your brother became a star. Regina believes in that so purely, that she would laugh innocently when saying it, too innocently. I just couldn't stand it, no matter how hard I tried. That's why you decided to do something about Regina. How dreadful. So you're saying that you are the victim in all of this as well? No, that's not what I mean. I'm nothing but a murderer. That's who I am. At first I thought I'd killed myself, then I pondered giving myself up. But I couldn't just up and leave, I just couldn't. Not yet. That's why I tried to pin this on Max. Max, I'm so sorry. I just couldn't up and leave yet. This has been such a strange case. It's almost a reflection of the circus itself. I'm an idiot. Well, calling herself an idiot, amazing. I can't believe it. You beat me again. I believe this case is now beyond any point of possible discussion. Thus, I'd like to declare my verdict. Hooray? I mean, this is kind of a tragedy anyway, in the end. This court is adjourned. Fabulous! But to be honest, I can't really be too happy about this. Acro, the Ringmaster, Regina, and Bat. Not a single one of them was a bad person inside, huh? Well, but still they tried to murder... I mean, Acro's still trying to murder Regina though, so I don't know. That's a good question. And one I don't know the answer to. Many congrats, but only at max a million of them. Yeah, Acro was totally a bad person inside? Yeah... I mean... I don't know. It's that one, I guess... I don't know. In general, he's a good person, but he crossed the line, you know? That one thing. Even though he was being tortured by the fact that Regina was... The thing is, what killed him inside was the fact that Regina didn't feel any guilt at all, you know? You can imagine, like, if someone killed someone, or I guess Bat didn't really die, but it was, like, close to being dead anyway. If someone you knew... like close to you killed someone, but they didn't feel any guilt about it at all, you know, that would, I guess, be the reason why he felt so tortured by it, I guess, you know, and he in the end wanted to murder Regina because she didn't feel any kind of repentance from it, I guess. And probably he tried to make her understand, but then, you know, probably Russell tried to protect her, so he couldn't do that. You know, it was a bit complicated, I guess, but I don't know. In the end, I guess, I guess he's a bit of a bad person because he crossed that line in the end. He couldn't make himself stay, I guess. You know, in the end, couldn't not be a murderer, I guess. Yeah, it was like, and he knew, like, it was like stupid and accidental, but he still wanted revenge. And Regina didn't feel guilty at all. I don't know, because she didn't really understand what death meant, right? Because even, because we know this because her dad is dead, and yet she still seems perky, right? She's still like, haha, my dad died. That's funny, haha. Like, which is why, which is why Acro really wanted revenge, because or something like that. I don't know, something like that. But thank you. The circus is weird, yeah, it is. What was with the vibe in this room? Or just think about Acro. No. If you worry about people too much, then you'll be like this forever and never be happy. Huh? Wah. Okay. Does she finally understand death now? She's been like this for a while now. Wah. It's all my fault. Oh. Sweetie pie. Bat and Acro, they're never coming back. Now everyone's gonna split up. Regina. Mr. Wright, tell me something. What do you want to know, Regina? Acro says something right at the end. I just couldn't go up and leave yet. What do you mean by that? Wait, let me save first. I have a feeling we're gonna present some evidence. I don't want to miss it this time. You only get one chance, so I'm gonna save it now. Does that mean Acro? Is he gonna try and get his revenge on me? I mean, he tried to once. I don't think he wants to do it again, though. Of course, is that funny option? Is he gonna kill me again? Yes. He's totally gonna break out of jail and strangle you. No. Okay, I don't think we should tell her that. He's not gonna do that to you, Regina. Are you sure? Are you really sure? I can't believe that. Yep, Acro doesn't have any desire for revenge anymore. If that's true, then I want to see some evidence. Huh? I want to know you're not just making yourself up about Acro not wanting revenge. He couldn't up and leave yet. Couldn't up and leave. What does that mean? I think it's because... his brother? Maybe? Something like that. Something, because we know that his brother is basically everything to him. Other than Russell, I guess, but Russell's dead. So like... I think the answer is his brother. Because I guess my answer would be like, the reason why he said he couldn't up and leave yet is because he wanted the circus to still be there for his brother when his brother wakes up from his coma, right? I think is the idea, right? He wanted, we wanted his brother to come back to the same place that they had this whole time, their entire life. Maybe. Unless I'm totally wrong, I'm not sure. Unless there's some other type of evidence I can show, I don't know. The scarf, bus, this murder note. Sprinkle Regina with some pepper. I don't know, that's kind of cruel. Monkey, Leon. Map, Bottle. Papers, Silk Hat. I think... something Russell... Because I'm thinking either like Russell or Bat, but like, Russell's dead already, so maybe not. Because I think, he actually, well, for one, he accidentally killed basically his father, his surrogate father. Or is that the correct word? Like surrogate father, or like, basically his father to him. And he totally regrets the fact, right, that he actually accidentally murdered the Ringmaster. So it's either the Ringmaster or Bat. It's either that or Ringmaster. Well, I'm gonna save Scum if I'm wrong at this point. Because whatever. I want to see the little piece of dialogue if I get it wrong. I'm gonna say Bat. I might be wrong. Let's see. Acro didn't want to get caught for a reason. He wanted to see his brother open his eyes again. Bat. Oh, that's right, Regina. He's still alive, I never knew. But now that Acro's been caught... Uh-huh. I know. What? I'll do it. I'll stay next to Bat as long as it takes. Until he opens his eyes. And then, until he can meet Acro again. Now that's so sweet of you, Regina. I'm sorry, Acro. I'm sorry, Bat. Well, hopefully this is enough to give her a little peace of mind. I wonder, well, I don't know, again, in the Japanese court system that this Phoenix Wright universe is a parody of, does Acro get like a death sentence? Like, does he like get executed? I do remember Japan, death sentences were a thing for quite a while. Still. I don't know. Maybe there's a chance they'll meet again, or maybe he gets killed. I don't know. Because again, as I mentioned before, like first-degree murder. Technically, I mean, yeah, first-degree murder would probably be the worst crime you could get when it comes to homicide. But like, it's technically an accidental death, so maybe his sentence is not that bad. I don't know. Anyway, hey Max. What is it, Mo? We really put you through a lot, didn't we, buddy? I'm sorry about what happened. So whenever you'd like to leave us, I'll pay your fee and rip up the contract. I understand. What a fabulous thing to do for me. I might even leave tomorrow. What's gonna happen to the circus now? Well, that's the big question. Our ringmaster was really an amazing person, wasn't he? Even though he's not here anymore, everyone is sticking together. The staff, the performers, no one wants to leave the circus. That's why I've made a decision. What is it? I've decided that I will take over as the new ringmaster. I will turn this circus into the best circus this world has ever seen. The best circus the world has ever seen? Don't laugh. That's quite the goal. Yay, I can't wait. Then I guess that changes things. Huh? There's only one thing the best circus the world has ever seen needs. The world's best illusions. Which means the circus needs the best magician the world has ever seen. Max. Let's work together and make our circus super fabulous. What'd you say, big guy? I don't know what to say. All I can say is thank you. Regina, you're gonna help them out too, aren't you? I don't know. Maybe the circus would be better off without me. What are you talking about, Regina? Why do you think that I brought you to court today? We've got to work together to make the Berry Bake Circus better than it's ever been. Mo's right, sweetie pie. It can't be the Berry Bake Circus without Regina Berry. Max. Nick. It seems like everything is going to turn out alright here. I can't wait to go see the best circus the world has ever seen. We'll save you the most fabulous seats.
It'll take us a while to get ready, but I'm gonna order special whoopee cushion seats.
Wahahaha. I hate this clown. I really hate him.
Can I commit murder? Anyway. Oh, what was this? I see. What made the case? Well, yes, a surprise raid. It really paid off, just like you said it would, sir. You had it all figured out, didn't you?
It was just a theory. If Acro really was the killer, I thought this was the only way it could end. Especially if he was the defense attorney.
You mean Mr. Wright?
Of course. Well, Detective, my plane is about to leave. As for Mr. Acro's case, you need not worry. I plan to personally stop by the Chief Prosecutor's office as soon as I get back.
There you go, look at that guy. Understood, sir. I'll be waiting for you, Mr. Edgeworth. Beep. Now, he's not dead after all, obviously. You can't just kill him off screen. Obviously, he's alive. And he's in his spin-off game, maybe. I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I know that Edgeworth has his own spin-off game, right? I don't know when exactly the timeline is that compared to the main games, but I do know you actually get to play as Edgeworth, as it turns out. In DS, I think. Anyway. New episode! Hooray! I think it's a prequel? Yeah, I don't know. I think it kind of jumps around. I don't know. I think I played the first one, the first Edgeworth Investigations. I never finished it though. I played a few cases. But anyway, yeah, that'll be it for this case.